Valentine's Day. V-Day is today, so I'm pretty sure that many are out celebrating tonight. But even though it's technically a holiday, I still had to come on and do my Thriving Thursday. So, although many, like I said, will probably catch it later, I wanted to welcome those that are joining as well as those that will watch later. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Thriving Thursdays. My name is Lakeisha Major. I am the owner of Journey to Greatness, and I bring to you nuggets every Thursday to help you with your everyday life. So today we are talking about being okay with small beginnings. And so we all have small beginnings in different areas of our life. We have to begin somewhere. So there's many times where you fall into one or two groups. Either you don't start or you start and you're excited and you have all of these goals and plans. And so in that, either you are full force, like you start a new job and 2 weeks later you're ready to become the manager. Well, you know that there's a process and it just doesn't happen that fast. So then there's the other group that they have excuses on why they're not doing something, going to a new job or starting a book or exercising or, starting a business or doing something that they wanted to do. For whatever reason, maybe it's the resources. They don't have the feel like they have the resources to get started. They don't have the knowledge or the confidence to get started. They just don't know what to do. They could have a lot going on. So whatever excuse that it is that says that I'm not going to do this today, I'm going to put it off till tomorrow or next year, or, whenever. And we all know that tomorrow can be months. When you put something off, a year can be 5, 10 years before you ever see it happening. And so those are the ones that have to be okay. They need everything to line up the way that they want it or think that it should before they actually get something accomplished or start on their journey to the goal that they want to accomplish. And then there's the other ones that go ahead and they get started on this goal or project that they have, and they get to the point where it may take more work than what they thought that it was going to take. So what happens is either they stop because this is more than what I thought that I could do, or they stay focused and they keep going and they say it doesn't matter what is going on, it doesn't matter what it takes. I'm still going to accomplish this goal. I was doing some research this week on, we all know I'm a sports fan, and oh my goodness, this new Alliance League, I am so excited about this spring football. But I was doing some research on, I've done it before, but I was refreshing my memory, like on Steph Curry. He is the basketball player that, everybody loves. Well, one of the basketball players that everybody loves. And so he didn't have story that most athletes have. He was undersized. He lacked the skills, different things that the analysts and even coaches thought that he should have to be a basketball player. But what he had heart and he had commitment, and he set a goal, and he said it didn't matter what others said. I'm still going to work to accomplish my goal. It doesn't matter the obstacles that come in my way. I'm still going to work to accomplish this goal. So he was okay with the small beginnings. He was okay with the process that it took to get to where he wanted to be. That, he said he was going to go play in the NFL, and many people didn't even believe that. But look, is now breaking records. Another one, I am not at all a Patriots fan. By far, I don't like them. I think they're cheaters and all kinds of stuff that's happened. So they are like on the bottom of my list. But one thing that I can say is Tom Brady is a player. And he was another one that always had to fight, even up through college, to keep his starting position. They say he lacks athleticism and different things that happen, but he had in his mind, it doesn't matter what you say, I am going to work, I am going to do what I need to do to accomplish the goal. And I was laughing because when he was drafted like 190 or something in in the draft, he went to the owner and or they were having a conversation or something, and he was like, I'm going to be the best draft that you've ever picked. Sir. That's a little confident, but he was willing to work. He was okay with being on a team that wasn't winning. He was okay with putting in the work in, so making those around him better as he got better. And so look at him now, 6 rings, but he or 6 championships, I guess. But he was a player that people counted out. But he was okay with the small beginnings. So, in small beginnings, it encompasses the whole thing of thrive. And what does thrive stand for? Thrive stands for trust the process. You have to know that, and even when you begin, it's not always going to look the way that you want it to look. It's not always going to happen when you want it to happen, but you have to trust the process and know that as long as you stay committed, as long as you stay dedicated, as long as you stay focused, that you are going to accomplish that goal that you have set forth with yourself. We're in a time where everybody is on likes. How many likes did I get? How many, shares did I get? Who is paying attention to me? All of these things, but those things come later. You want to be the Steph Curry or the Tom Brady or the Bill Gates or the Google or Amazon or whoever these big people are. You see the end results, but you don't see the things that they did to get them to that point. And so they had to trust the process, and you're going to have to trust the process in anything that you do. Yes, you want to get started. You don't want to put off tomorrow what you could do today, because it's the little steps that get you to where you want to be. And that takes us to H and Thrive, highlighting all wins, not just the big ones. Oh, I've arrived at this goal. I've lost the 20 pounds. I've made it to manager. I got the scholarship, or finished a degree. But the small wins that got you to get there, you're going for a degree, you finished a semester, you finished a year, it builds onto that. You want to write a book, you've written the first chapter, or you've written the outline, taking notes, daily things that you could do, that you are winning because you weren't in the first group that says that I'll wait till tomorrow to get this done. I'm going to do stuff daily. I'm going to work on my goal and know that in time it's going to get you there. And so the next one is receiving guidance. And Thrive are receiving guidance, having those people around you, those mentors that are going to help you get to those points, because you have two people in your lives. You have your supporters, and you have those that aren't supporters. Those are the naysayers, that they don't believe in you. They're questioning what you're doing. Is it really going to work out? Is she going to stay committed? Is she going to accomplish these goals? She doesn't have what it takes, or he doesn't have what it takes. But it's the people that you surround yourself with that help mentor you, that help guide you, that help get you to those points. Steph couldn't do it by himself. Tom Brady can't do it by himself. All of these people, can't do it by themselves. I listen to a lot of motivational speakers because I want to become a great motivational speaker. So you gain mentors that can help build you to where you want to go, and that can also give you the critiques to help you get there. Not just people that tell you what you want to hear, but the people that are there to help push you, and tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly, because those are the things that are going to help you going down this journey and accomplishing our goals isn't always easy, and a lot of times we want to quit, but it's those people, the support that are around us, that help us get to where we want to be. You hear all the time when people arrive at their goals, they're thanking, they have a list of people that they're thanking. Those were the supporters, those were the mentors, the coaches, the bosses, the friends, the family that was there to help them when they didn't want to go any further, when they didn't know what to do, when the road seems hard. Those mentors and that the guidance that you received during that time is what helps you get to the next stage, helps you gain the trophy. I is invest in yourself. So you have to be able to put sometimes money, time, all of these things into what you want to do. If you want to be an author, a lot of authors, they read books, they go and buy other people's books, and they go to workshops about writing, they take English classes and things like that. To be an author, you want to be a manager, you have to go, take leadership classes and be around other managers and stuff like that to get you to those places. You have to invest. You just can't arrive and say that this is what I want to do. And so that's people that can be around you, your naysayers and your supporters. So vacating negativity is vacating those things that people are saying to you about you, and the things that you're saying to yourself. I can't do this, it's going to take me a long time, I don't know if I'm capable of getting to that level. Those are the things that distinguish a great person from an average person, is the things that they say to themselves and the things that they believe that others say, because it's the mindset that gets you to the next level. The mindset, it doesn't matter what comes, I am going to get to this point. And E is evaluating your goals. Are you on target? If you set a 6-month goal, a year goal, a 5 years goal, are you on target? Or what are you doing to get to that point? You just can't say, I'm going to be an actor or a singer. You can't say those things. You have to say, okay, well, I'm going to take this studio time, or I'm going to take these auditions, I'm going to take these classes, and once I've reached this level, okay, what's the next goal that you next step in the goal that you have to take to do that. And sometimes you can say a goal even in your supporters. As mom, I could give you an example as a mom, and being a supporter of your kids, because you want them to be all that they can be. And if they have a dream, you want to, support them. And so it's funny, like sometimes my daughter, she'll sing, and she's like, "Mommy, can I sing?" No. Please don't do that. Go back to dancing and cheering, because that just isn't in your gift for the future. And that's not me being a naysayer. That's me recognizing that I mean, not to say that she can't do it. If she really wanted to do it, then I would invest in her, and we would go take some singing lessons, and she would get to that point that she can have that. But I remember she's a cheerleader and she's a dancer, and so cheer season was over last year, and the team was talking about, let's take some tumbling classes so we can get them ready for the next year. And I was like, yes, this would be good. She was working on her one of the walkovers, front walkover, back walkover, something. She knew how to do the cartwheel, the round off, and I was like, this tumbling class will be good. It's 12 weeks. By the time she finishes, she'll be working on a back handspring. Let me tell you, this child, probably 50% of the tumbling class every week, she sat on the floor and just looked around. And when the tumbling class was over with, she was so excited that it was over with. She was not feeling that tumbling class. But in my mind, I had her doing backhand springs. I was like, you could be doing the back. You know how fun this is? But she didn't see that for herself. So this year, I asked her, just out of courteousness as a mom. I'm like, do you want to take the tumbling class that you took last year and wasted my money on? And she was like, well, who's going to be in the class? I really don't know, because the people that was in your class last time, they were focused and they were doing what they need to do. So they'll probably be in another class. And so she said, well, maybe I will be in there because then I can work on my, walkovers and all of this. I was like, okay. So she's starting to see that I can do these things. Other people are doing it that were in the going at the same time as me, and they invested the time so I could do it. So, that's another thing to add to my schedule, really in the back of my mind. I was like, she's going to say no, but I'm just doing the right thing as a mom and asked her if she wanted to. We'll have a break. That didn't happen. So that's an example of having a small beginning and working your way up, and who knows, by the end of this summer or next summer she could be doing the backhand springs and all of these things to help, as she gets older, build her up, because soon she will be old enough and I will have the time to allow her to go into like real competitive cheering or dancing, and all of that stuff is being able to tumble is really important in there. And so it was good that she didn't want to quit. It was good that she wanted to say, you know what, I'm willing to work on that to get better. And so that's a story about my daughter. I'll tell you a story about my son. Of course, football, and he was about 2 when he started watching the whole NFL game. Like, he's rolling around on the floor at 2 and watching games, and I have to deal with this every day, doing something with football. And when it was time for him to play football, I just knew that he was going to go out there and be the biggest star. Like, you've done all of this stuff in my kitchen or in my living room for these 3-4 years. Now you're going to go out here and shine. That did not happen. I think it was the first game. I was like, oh, he's just one of those kids that just has, he just has the heart, but football just isn't for him. I remember he, got the ball one time and he was running, and he was so small that he had to hold his pants up while he was running. I think it was a game that they were up a lot, and so they put like the third or fourth string in. So he got the ball and he was running. He had to hold his pants up. And so after that, they took him off and they put some duct tape around his waist, so when he ran, he won't be running with his jersey pants like falling off and trying to hold them up and run at the same time. And so now he's and so I watched the progress. He's had, struggles, and he's had good seasons, but this off season, he is like determined to have a great senior year. I mean, he is doing speed and agility training 3 times a week. He's doing wide receiver training and DB training and all of these things because he is focused. Even though people say he's small and, small sizes. Before, he used to be like the small, shortish kid, but now his height has got up with him. You're seeing the muscles, you're seeing the results, because he was focused and determined to say that it doesn't matter what the circumstances look like. It doesn't matter what people say that I can do and I can't do. In my mind, I am going to do this, and so I'm going to do what it takes. And so I give you these examples of my kids because, I'm a mom and I like talking about my kids. But these are the same examples that you can apply to yourself. What are some things that you haven't started yet, that you are making excuses on why you can't get it done? What are some things that you stopped doing because of the process was too much for you, or the things that people said deterred you from your goal, and said, well, maybe it isn't for me, instead of finding the solution, finding the mentors that will help you get to that point. And those are the things that I wanted you to know. And being okay with the small beginnings is that you know that you're not going to arrive immediately at where you want to be, but you had to trust the process, that you had to highlight your wins and receive guidance, invest in yourself, vacate negativity, and evaluate your goals. And if you continue to do that, then your small beginnings will become big not beginnings, but you will see the fruit of your labor. You will reach your goals, and you will look back and say, wow, this is how far that I have come. So I encourage you to embrace the small beginnings and know that if you do not quit, that you will get there at some point in time. And so with that being said, I want to thank you for joining my live video. My faithful listeners, thank you, thank you, thank you. For those that are listening later, I want to thank you for taking the time to listen, to figure out in your life where you can be okay with the small beginnings and begin your goals and what you want to do with yourself throughout this year in 2019. And with that being said, have a happy V-Day. Embrace your friends, your family, your loved ones, and just know that love is all things. Love is what gets us to the next thing. Your love for yourself, your love for your goals, your love for others, your family, your careers, your goals, your dreams. And that being said, I am out of here. Thank you again. I will see you next Thursday for Thriving Thursdays, and have a great